The amount of traders that don't understand how to properly position size themselves into a trade blows my mind. So let's set the record straight today. Hey guys, my name is Usman Ashraf. I've been trading since 2014. I started trading with biotech stocks and I switched over to trading options. And today we're going to discuss proper position sizing. The amount of people that reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter asking about, hey, what's your position sizing? How are you able to maintain much smaller losses versus your larger wins? So first of all, when I first started trading, I started with penny stocks, mainly biotech breakouts. And the first thing I kind of learned around that time was position sizing, which is pretty much with every single trader out there, right? Your position sizing, key levels, that's the basics that you pretty much learn. And the basic that pretty much all of us go through is you take your account and then you risk a certain amount per each trade. Now, obviously, if you have a $3,000 account, you're not going to go in with your full account size, right? You divide it up, maybe $500, maybe $700, maybe $1,000, and you take those trades based on that account size or amount size. And that's pretty much what I did when I started trading penny stocks. And when I switched over to trading options, pretty much carried that over in a sense where whatever my account size was, I would divide that account size up. So pretty much that's what I did. I carried over my whatever I had learned from trading penny stocks in position sizing, I carried over into trading options. So if my account size was 3,000, I would divide that up into a certain amount and take trades based on that smaller position sizing. Now, the problem that I see today with a lot of traders is when I ask them, hey, what's your position size? Their answer doesn't make sense to me. Almost every single new trader says, I take 1 to 2 contracts, or 2 to 3, or 3 to 4, right? It's never really a set number. It's always 1 to 2 contracts, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, something crazy like that, which kind of doesn't make sense to me because when you actually look at the option contracts, if you're trading AMD, for example, let's say AMD is trading at $1 per each contract versus now you're trading NVIDIA, which might be trading at $6 at a contract. Now your position sizing is pretty much all over the place, right? So if you're doing 2 contracts for each position, AMD 2 contracts is going to cost you $200, while going with NVIDIA is going to cost you $1,200. Now, you're not going to have proper risk management with that. Your wins are not going to add up. Your losses are not going to make sense. You're going to end up overholding a lot of your trades based on paying attention to your P&L, which again is never going to make sense because if you're right on an AMD trade, 10% on a $200 risk is not a lot versus a 10% loss on a $1,200 position is pretty much your position that you're taking on AMD. And this is where a lot of traders don't see consistency, right? Because when they're going in with all these crazy position sizing, not really setting a set dollar amount, and that's what you want to focus on, the dollar amount. They focus too much on contracts. I'm going to go in with 1 contract. I'm going to go in with 2 contracts. You want to take a big step back from trying to position size yourself like that. So here's how you guys can fix that issue, right? First of all, take your account and divide it up, maybe 3 to 4 set, right? And this is for people under $5,000 account. I would start off, if you have a $3,000 account, I would start off with $500 to $700 per each position size, right? Pick a number, 5 or 700, depending on whatever you're comfortable with. The smaller, the better, because it'll help you get adjusted to that position size. Now you take that dollar value, right? Let's say it's $500, and you buy the amount of contracts that that dollar value can afford. So for example, with AMD, now you can afford 5 contracts. With NVIDIA, let's say each contract is $6. Now you can't afford to buy those particular contracts. You're gonna have to go a little out of the money, maybe $4 contract. Now that you can only afford 1 contract. Now what's gonna happen is percentage-wise, your wins and your losses, if you're respecting your stop loss, obviously, they're going to start making more sense and being in a balance. But if you're, again, going with $200 position on AMD versus $1,200 on NVIDIA because you're going in with this rule that I'm going to take only 2 contracts, your 10% loss and win on both of these is going to be all over the place. So when you're journaling and you're going over your trades, you're never really going to be able to fully understand how you should increase your position size. How can you grow as a trader? Now, this method isn't only going to help you get better risk management and position sizing, but also it'll help you level up as you get better, right? If you start off with $500 position sizing, 2-3 weeks later, I say at least wait 3 weeks before, starting to size up. Analyze your TradeZilla, go over all your previous mistakes, see how well you've done the last 3 weeks. If your R multiple makes sense, if your wins versus losses make sense, meaning, your wins are larger than your losses, you're executing on your stop loss, and you have at least a 70% win rate, the other 30% loss is not greater, meaning you're not making $100 and now losing $90, right? If you're making $100, the max you should be losing is $30. After 3 weeks, start to increase your position size. Right now, you're getting adjusted to a new position size, but you're doing it slowly. So you go from 500, now you increase it maybe by 20, 30%, right? 500, go to 70, 500, go to $700, then go to 850, 900, then 1,000, then 1,200, 1,500. And every 3 weeks, right, go over your last 3 weeks of data. See how well you're performing. Now, when you get to a certain level where you start seeing that you're starting to react more emotionally when you're in a trade, that means your position size is now starting to get to you. At that point, you need to go back to your previous week's position size and go and trade on that position size for slightly longer time. Rather than 3 weeks, give it another 3-4 weeks. Think of this method as if you're going to the gym, right? When you're going to the gym, you're not going to start with the most heaviest amount of weight that you can possibly think about picking up, right? Thinking and actually going and doing something are two different things. So if you go to the gym, the best thing is you want to start off with a smaller weight. You start off with, let's just say 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever number you want to start off with. Now, the next day, you're not going to go with 100 pounds. Your body will not be able to handle that. Exactly like that, your brain is a muscle as well. So when we have those bigger position sizes or, our position sizing is off, it's not able to fully handle the losses and the wins. So if you mismanage your position size, you're not going to be able to fully get out of that loss. And once it hits your confidence level, right, which is, I think, the most important aspect of a trader, you're not going to be able to get back into the market. So be it growing your account, and it doesn't matter what account size it is, right? You want to start off somewhere small and then slowly build that position size up. Don't go from $500 position size to $5,000 in 2-3 weeks. Trust me, it's not going to help you. You're not going to last in the market for too long. The best way to kind of maintain that position sizing is going up very slowly, and that's 3 weeks at least. Now, once you guys find your sweet spot of your position sizing, so let's say, you've grown your account from $3,000, $5,000 to, $30,000, $50,000, and now you want your position size from $500 now all the way, so let's say your average position size now is $5,000. Once you find that sweet spot, right, when market gets choppy, size down. Go down to maybe 50% of your position size. That is how I'm able to maintain my confidence in the market, as well as not giving away too much profits. And whenever I feel like that the market might not give me a lot of plays, or the Feds are talking, or there's GDP data, or whatever is going on, I size down to at least 50% of my usual position size. So let's say if my position size on an average is 5,000, now I size down to 2,500. Guess what? Because I'm used to that big $5,000 position size, that 10% loss on a $5,000 position versus $2,500 is going to be much, much less, meaning it's going to be easier for me to get out of that loss the following day if the market starts giving better setups. Now, if I keep going into the market with the same exact position size every single day without actually, sizing down when there is not that much market setups, I'm not going to come out profitable. Long term, I'm always going to be on the losing end of the game. But to even get to that level, you have to set a certain amount of your position sizing. And that's going to come from starting small, slowly building that position size up to where mentally you can handle that larger position sizes. Now, if you guys are still struggling with setting your position size, comment below what your current account size is, and I'll try to help you out with what position size you should start with. And also, don't forget to leave a feedback as to what other types of videos you guys would like for me to make for you guys. The last 2 videos I made were on level 2 and key levels, which was 3-4 years ago. I kind of completely stopped making YouTube videos after that, but the amount of response I've gotten after those videos was insane. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say. So comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.